Oh my god, someone knows that we accidentally killed our friend last summer. We should have told the cops, but we couldn't tell the cops. Now maybe the sheriff's after us. Maybe somebody else is after us. Maybe one of us did it, even though the secret dies with us. The secret dies with us. No, it's the ghost of the fisherman from the first two movies. Bullets don't hurt him. Knives don't hurt him. Nothing hurts him, except for this magical hook. Boy, let's get to it. I'm John Rant with the Retro Review of I'll Always Know What You Did Last Summer from 2006. This came to us courtesy of the director of Stomp the Yard, The Losers, and also the 2018 Slender Man movie. The Losers wasn't all that bad. Stomp the Yard wasn't that bad. Slender Man couldn't have been salvaged no matter who fucking directed it. And also, this director was brought in with 2 weeks to prepare because the previous director had been fired. So it's actually a miracle this movie was made at all. But it shouldn't have been made at all. It was fucking goddamn dog shit. Let me know your thoughts on this film in the comments, please. This completes my tour through hysteria of the 5 Final Destination movies, the 3 Urban Legend movies, and the 3 I'll Know What You Did Last Summer movies, or I Know What You Did Last Summer, whatever. My brain is fucking fried. It's like eating 64 slices of American cheese. I think I'm blind. Whoo, blind from the goddamn bullshit of all that. My goodness. I saw this movie a number of years ago, back when video stores were still a thing, and then decided, hey, I'll just do compilation reviews of the 3 franchises I talked about. And then said, fuck it, I want to flesh them out and I want to talk about this. This movie is almost unfucking watchable. It's fucking terrible. It's abysmal. The biggest goddamn name in this was, remember in Final Destination 2, the kid that got killed by the falling ladder? That's it. I sort of recognize the 2 lead women, but I can't really place them in much of anything. This movie was filmed in 2006, or released in 2006, and it seemed like it came out in like 1992. It was grainy, it was weird, it was direct-to-video, so it didn't have the biggest budget, but the explanation for why all this shit was happening was somehow dumber than anything that they had come up with in the previous 2 movies. You thought I Still Know What You Did Last Summer had a stupid explanation? This is even worse. It comes from the writer of Crocodile Butterfly Effect 2, Journey to the Center of the Earth, and Scorpion King 4. Did you know they made 4 Scorpion King movies? I don't know why they even made 2. Oh, the first one was successful. Had Kelly Hu in it. Oh, boy, did it ever. So yeah, a bunch of friends play a prank that goes awry, and then a year later, they're stalked by a man with a hook. I don't even have the energy to go get the fucking props, so let's just move on from that. Yeah, they're being stalked by another fisherman. Okay. Originally, this was supposed to come out in 2000. Brandy, Freddie Prinze Jr., Jennifer Love Hewitt, and Mekhi Phifer, I assume, were all supposed to return from the I Still Know What You Did Last Summer cast, but they didn't. It languished in development hell. Apparently, Jennifer Love Hewitt didn't want to just be known as a scream queen, so she may have just put the kibosh and said, fuck it, I don't want to do it. She's been in a bunch of movies since then, and TV series, The Ghost Whisperer, and one of those fucking cop shows, one of those many cop dramas that's out. She still looks fucking incredible. Actually looks about the same as she did in I Know What You Did Last Summer. Apparently she drinks the blood of the innocent. Terrible accusation. Let's move on. Since it sat in development hell, they decided to scrap that plan and go with a more supernatural element. Okay. They did the same thing with Urban Legend Bloody Mary in a really, really bad way. Really, really bad way. Check out my review of that. This was somehow worse. That movie could be excused for being the third in a trilogy that wasn't all that fondly remembered. But okay, you had 1998, you had 2000, you had 2005. Okay. Bit of a gap between the second and third one, but nevertheless, there wasn't exactly high expectations because the first Urban Legend was kind of absolutely shit. The first I Know What You Did Last Summer is fondly remembered, even if it has not aged all that well. And I don't mean because of fashions or time. I just mean, in general, it's kind of eh. I Still Know What You Did Last Summer is really goddamn dog shit. But it looks like the fucking Godfather. It looks like Godfather Part 3 compared to this, even though Godfather Part 3 wasn't all that bad. This was, again, almost fucking unwatchable. The acting's terrible. The editing is terrible. They provide no unique camera tricks. The fisherman just appears, disappears through the miracle of editing and cutaways. They talk about The story of the fishermen around on a carnival ride. Apparently, we're going to get a Final Destination 3 opening. No, we're not, because they can't afford that. And then slow-mo and bad editing and everything. And the fisherman's chasing after these people. Oh, no. And then it turns out to be a ruse. There's also this guy that he was chasing that was on a skateboard that was going to skate off and land on some mattresses. He didn't. He landed on a tractor, on the smokestack of a tractor, and he's dead. He was supposed to land on mattresses, and they forgot, oh shit, maybe we should have planned this. I don't know why we were planning to do this, why we didn't think this prank would go awry, but now he's dead, and these four swear a pact that they will never say anything. The secret dies with us. The secret dies with us. And then a year later, we get we get basically the rest of this movie. There's a young deputy that obviously likes the main lead, Amber, played by Brooke Devon. And there's also Zoe, who pretty much kind of looks like the woman from Tori DeVito, with 2 T's, by the way, for Maximum Tit. I mean, effect. She kind of looks a bit like the woman from A Knight's Tale. I don't actually remember how to pronounce her fucking name. I think it's Shannon something. And from there, we just get them stalked in really stupid ways. The deputy's here to talk to Amber. She kind of breaks up with her friend Colby, the guy that was or Colby rather, kind of, after a year away and people going to college and shit not working out and everything, an exact replay of the first movie, just with more bullshit and worse acting. And it's not that they didn't try, but this thing had to have been hacked out in a fucking month. There's no way this film took longer than a month to film. So anyway, text messages start popping up. I know what you did last summer. No letters, because we're in the information superhighway era with fancy flip phones. Who owned a flip phone? I owned a few. They were fucking rotten. They were cool for the time. So everybody's working different jobs. There's a ski lift thing, because this thing takes place in Colorado. Not even in North Carolina. Just takes place in Colorado, but it's during the summer, so you wouldn't really think that people would be using the ski lifts or the gondolas unless they were, oh, I don't know, maybe wanting to go biking. That would really be about it, unless you want to ski on dirt, which you could if you're an idiot. And most of the people in this movie are idiots. So there's a bad reunion between Zoe and Amber. Zoe has a band, but Amber never came because she wasn't in a Cheers bar, so we're not always glad you came. And everybody doesn't know your name. Totally screwed up the lyrics. Let's move on. We get more and more bullshit with some, haunted visions, and the fisherman keeps popping up. People keep dying. Roger, one of the friends, was drinking a whole lot, and he ends up, he had written a suicide note, but then the fisherman hooked him, and he got killed. So there you go. And they were thinking, okay, well, we can't explain this because we found the suicide note. They think it's the sheriff because the sheriff actually, PJ was his kid, or at least he was related to him in some way. It was not necessarily convoluted, just not really fully explained. And there's a guy named Lance. I love Lance. Oh, wait, no, that's I love Lamp. He's kind of attached to Amber. And since Colby's a fucking dick, at one point, he gets his foot hooked in the pool, because when a killer's on the loose, the perfect time to swim in a darkened pool area. Great job there, Colby, you fucking moron. And also Zoe has nightmares and then realizes her guitar for her big show is torn up. Well, it's the big show. So everybody does really, really stupid shit. Every possible suspect gets offed. And then the fisherman finally starts popping up because they've got a little more funding, I assume, or saved all the funding to just show the fisherman, whoever was playing the fisherman this time. Then the band name for Zoe is Zoe and the Hooks, which is kind of funny. And I don't know if that was her singing or somebody else singing. It wasn't bad music, it was generic. They find out about they research earlier and find out about Ben Willis, like, oh, he went on 2 murderous rampages, but he died in the Caribbean. So it can't be him, or it could be. And then basically what ends up happening is this, talent show goes tits up. Zoe gets killed, and then everybody's getting targeted. Colby had gotten killed because he had gotten hooked in the foot, and then had ended up getting killed because the fisherman, because he's a ghost, can just transport anywhere. But we don't know he's a ghost yet. He just, through the miracle of bad editing and bad screenwriting, can just pop up anywhere. And then the young deputy shows up and like, oh, I see, Amber. I wanted to be with you. I kept it secret because Roger told me. But now I'm just going to put you both in the back of my vehicle and haul you away. What's this dead body doing here? Oh, there's a guy with a hook. I tried to shoot him. It didn't work. And then I got impaled on a forklift. Why am I still talking? I'm dead. And then Lance and Amber, they go to this like farm equipment. Lance is almost down. They find out a little bit early. See, they're calling me right now to yell at me about the goddamn film. But whatever, I'm gonna keep knocking the goddamn thing. Shut up. Moving on from I should have just answered that and said, yeah, I know that I still know what you did last summer is bad. And I'll always know what you did last summer is really goddamn bad. But nevertheless, fucking telemarketers, get a goddamn real job, hippies. Basically what ends up happening is they had the hook from Roger had ended up keeping it, even though they thought they'd gotten rid of it. So they kept it, and they stabbed him with the hook, and it turns out, actually, that's what kills him. That's what damages him. A hook. Any hook. Or maybe it was the same hook they used, so it was cursed. I don't fucking know. They end up stabbing it, or she stabs him in the hand. And then, when it looks like Lance is going to get killed, there's this farm equipment that's rolling everything. It's rototiller or whatever the fuck it's called. She stabs him in the head and then says, the secret dies with you. Then he gets spat out in the little wood chipper thing. Then Lance and her are fine. And then a year later, she's driving through Nevada to get to L.A., assuming from college, no fucking idea. She gets a flat, and then the fisherman ghost is there. So I guess the secret didn't die with him. God, I'd burn these notes if I wanted to set shit on fire. Yeah. To call I'll Always Know What You Did Last Summer really goddamn shit would be an understatement. Not that you expect much from a direct-to-video movie, but the fact that it ended up being a ghost, okay, going in a different direction isn't the worst fucking thing in the world. They did it in such a bad way that, my fucking goodness, could you imagine if they actually tried to remake this? Oh, they did. They tried an Amazon series, and it didn't go well because it got canceled even before the first season was done. So that's good. Just let the fisherman's ghost just let it sleep. Let it sleep and never bring it back. Let me know your thoughts on this film in the comments, please. Like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Retlin. I'll see you soon.